Yep. We'll get started with Sean Coleman.
Hey, Coach.
I got you.
5 in a row. Congratulations on the win. Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's a little in and out.
5 in a row. Win on national television. Just to ask your questions about the Grayson-Bang combination in the first quarter that got extended minutes, and then going with Tyus and Grayson at the end of the game. What did you see in this match?
Yeah. Sorry if I cut you off, Sean. You kind of cut out there. I'm going to do my best based on what I thought I heard. Obviously with DB and Kyle getting early foul trouble, went to the bench. Obviously our bench has been really good for us in recent games. Grayson's playing really well. I think Dez has been giving us some great minutes. And then at the end of the game, it was just kind of studying, which guys were, performing well, guarding really well, and then also doing some things well on the offensive end for us. And, going with Grayson, I thought he did a heck of a job guarding Booker, through stretches of the game, especially in that first quarter. Knocked down some big shots, obviously a huge one there late in the fourth quarter and some huge free throws. And then just with, I got to give the Suns a lot of credit. I mean, they were super physical. We knew that coming into the game. How they switch, they basically kind of just dictated the pace of the game and dictated our offense. A lot of times it took a lot out of us to try to, get to the paint, still get over 50. I think we got, 52 points in the paint. We shot it pretty well, but, they turned us over a lot. They forced us into some bad possessions. So down the stretch, I just kind of decided I'm going to try to put as many playmakers out there. Ja, Tyus, KA. Just they were being able to load up on Ja a lot of times throughout the game. So I just kind of wanted to see if we could maybe release some pressure, get a couple extra ball handlers out there, decision makers, and just proud of the effort those guys gave late in the game. Great. I told them 2 games in a row now, comes down to the last couple of possessions in the fourth quarter. Great execution defensively with coverages, not fouling. And then offensively, we threw out a couple of plays there late. Great execution on their part, got buckets. I think that just gave us a lot of great momentum there to carry out and get a victory.
Evan Barnes.
Taylor, you kind of took the question I was going to say. I mean, these last 2 games now, you guys have won in the fourth quarter. Obviously, you guys are a different team with Ja in the fourth quarter. But just for the team as a whole growing in these games, what is it saying now about these guys just being able to finish now against not just 2 teams, but 2 teams that have been playing really well in the league so far?
Yeah, I mean, it says a lot about our growth. There's not one way to win a ball game in the NBA. You've got a lot of different ways, and a couple games here. even going back to the Minnesota game, where we were down, I think double digits, 12 points, I think, and just trying to find a way in the fourth quarter. I think our guys, the activity on the defensive end, can't stress that enough. That just always gives us a chance, to win ball games. There were definitely stretches in tonight's game where we didn't execute to the level that we need to. Our communication wasn't there, and I think the Suns made us pay. But for the most part, I thought our activity was great. I think we did a much better job in the second half. Second chance points, fast break points really hurt us in the first half. They just kind of find a way to just continually get better, possession after possession, quarter after quarter. And as my broken record here, your defense gives you a chance to win a ball game in the fourth, whether your offense is, clicking or it's struggling. Tonight it was struggling. We just had to continue just to find ways to break through. As I said a moment ago, just great execution down the stretch. But you need that on both ends. You need, your defense to be there for 48 minutes every single night. That's what we've had. Our offense will get there. We're seeing a lot of different things, thrown at us that are really testing us and helping us grow, and we'll be better for it.
Peter?
Taylor, to what do you attribute the ability of your rookies in particular, Desmond and Xavier, to be so good defensively in a lot of key moments? I mean, Xavier making the big play in that previous game against Tobias Harris, and then both guys playing really high leverage minutes in this one.
Yeah, I mean, just says more about their growth too. I mean, these guys, I know I'm repetitive again. I mean, they just take every opportunity, and they're really getting better from those opportunities. So it's just, gaining a lot of trust in my eyes and our staff's eyes and their teammates' eyes to be able to go out there and play those extended minutes. I think they're doing a great job defensively, not just with the activity part, but just the execution, like the details that we talk about, fundamental stuff, but also game plan. Tonight, we were putting X in more switching situations, which we haven't done a lot of during the season. So that's huge. And then offensively, just those guys continue to make the right plays. Tonight's a great one to go back and watch the film. And for all of us, just even outside those two guys, see how we can be better. But, the nuances of going up against a physical, active defense, we can all be better for it. But these guys continue to find ways to just make the right plays for themselves, for their teammates. Really proud of their, growth over the last couple of weeks here.
Joe Varden.
Taylor, first of all, is that like a hockey beard or something that you're wearing? It's the first time I've seen it, which is probably my fault. And then also, you guys really seem to give Devin a hard time tonight, and I've seen the Clippers do the same thing, and I know he's a dynamic scorer, but is there something that you're seeing that you can pick up that can help you guys kind of put him in tougher situations?
Sure. I'd like to think the beard's a good thing. I've gotten positive comments, and then when it gets negative, I'll have to adjust for sure. But I just give a lot of credit to all the individual matchups tonight. I mean, we definitely threw out a lot of different coverages throughout the game. We started switching a lot more. So credit to our bigs to be able to really be disciplined against a guy that's an elite scorer inside and out, 3 levels. But I thought, Grayson in particular did a really, really nice job tonight. A couple of post sequences, ISO sequences. But we had a lot of guys switching on to him throughout the game, and that's just discipline. Team-wise, how are we going to be aggressive? This guy gets to the line a lot. I thought we did a pretty good job about that, forcing him into some tough shots. But then, I just think up and down the roster, when anyone was on him one-on-one, they did a great job keeping him in front, not letting him get downhill. When he shot, we contested without fouling. And we just, had to make him work. I mean, he's an elite player. You got to throw a lot of things at him, different bodies, different coverages, and just proud of the group to be able to step up and make it hard on him tonight.
Last question. We'll go to Terry Davis.
How you doing, Coach?
Good, Terry. How are you?
Coach, I know you have a lot of positive areas you can go to, but I think the one and the most positive is the 3 turnovers in the second half. I know that contributed to a lot to the win. Talk about being able to take care of the ball in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, taking care of the ball has been one of the things we've been talking a lot about with the team. I mean, we're an aggressive style of offense. We want to be free-flowing, moving the ball against a team like the Suns, who's really physical on the ball, off the ball. They've got great length and passing lanes. They shift. To be able to come out only with 3 turnovers, they're late and, in the second half, that's huge for us because, we really struggle when we turn over the ball and teams take advantage. The points off of turnovers, we're definitely, towards the bottom of the league. But we're going to have to live with some at times, just so finding those ways to make the simple play. We talked about that in a number of timeouts. Continue to be aggressive. We got to play with our pace. We got to loosen up their defense. But then when their activity, on the ball, off the ball is showing itself, just make the simple read, get off of it, trust that the next action, your next teammate's going to make the right play and hopefully get to a good possession and a good shot. So credit to our guys just methodically throughout the game. I mean, there were some stretches there where it wasn't pretty and they kind of forced our hand, but, give our guys a lot of credit late in the game to make the right plays.
Thanks, Coach.
Great. Thanks, everybody.